Last week, I audited my time and discovered that as a full-time working mom of two, I have about 8 to 10 hours a week for me to build an online business. But now the big question is, what sort of an online business can I build with the 8 to 10 hours a week, juggling family life, working 9 to 5, raising kids, and everything in between that's going on in my life at the moment. So this week I'll be focusing on researching different business online ideas that can fit into the life that I currently have, with everything that I'm doing, my 9 to 5, having kids, juggling everything that's happening in my life at the moment. So one thing that I'm going to focus on firstly is the fact that what sort of skills do I have that I can maybe turn into an online business. So as you all know, I work as an administrator. So I do have a bit of skills that are transferable that I can kind of monetize. So I came up with about 3 to 4 business ideas, also going hand in hand with a problem list that I'm currently creating. So basically, I'm kind of asking family and friends challenges that they're experiencing at the moment in their daily life. That also includes me. Some of the challenges, obviously, as mom, that we deal with, to name the few. Some struggle with juggling things around the house in terms of cleaning, cooking, meal planning, all those things that mostly mom tend to focus their time on. Those are the things that also impact me on a day-to-day life. So on the side, while I'm still creating my problem list of things that I can maybe turn into an idea that I can launch, at the moment I'm kind of also trying to see the skills that I already have. What can I do with those skills, maybe to hopefully start something with what I already know. And then if I find that whatever that I'm coming up with does not resonate with the things that I want to do together with the time that I have, then it means that I need to keep on searching for that business idea. So for this week, I came up with 4 things. I've written them down that I'll be sharing with you guys, but I still need to do further research on those, and then I'll have to pick one and then work on it for a period of 90 days. If it doesn't work out, it means I move on. So it also gives me enough time to do research, probably launch that product that I'm saying I want to pursue, and see if people will actually buy that particular thing, or probably they will accept a particular service that I'm willing to offer. So I have 4 things that I'm gonna go through, and do let me know on the comments below what you think about them, and if you think they're valuable for me to start an online business with. So the first one is freelancing. With this one, I know with the skills that I have from my 9 to 5, I can probably transfer them and do freelancing through putting my, what do you call it, my bio, everything, fill out everything on Upwork, for example, and kind of get jobs from there and work for different type of businesses. But that would still mean that I'm kind of still doing the same job that I'm currently doing at the moment, but it will still enable me to earn extra cash. But it also means that it might be capped to the number of hours that I can do on a daily basis, because I'll still be working my 9 to 5 job. So freelancing is number one. It's a good idea because there are so many things that I can transfer. I've worked as an office manager. I work as an administrator in finance at the moment. And I've also run kind of a small business when I first started doing my job. So I also worked as a lecturer. So there are so many kind of transferable skills that I can kind of work with. But with whatever that I want to do in terms of freelancing, it shouldn't cause a conflict with the current job that I'm doing, though I cannot disclose a lot on that. And I also need to get kind of permission from where I work to make sure that I'm not competing with the business that I work for. And then I have digital products. So this means that I can create a digital product, whether a template, a tracker, planners, downloadable templates. But how many people are going to buy those things? Probably it means that I might have to launch them on an Etsy account, then promote them here on my YouTube channel. But in terms of sales, it means that I also need to be doing loads and loads of advertising for that particular digital product to sell. I've seen most people saying that they've created a digital product and it kind of performed well, but it depends on the niche, of which at the moment when it comes to a niche of what I might sell, I feel like I still need to discover that part. Also, when it comes to selling digital products, there are so many that I can create also based on the work that I'm on. I can create trackers, budget trackers. I can create a template for budgeting. I can create trackers, different, all sort of things. But the question is, how much of that will I be selling on a daily basis or on the monthly basis? Can you give me the target that I want on a monthly basis for what I will be selling? So that's also another idea. The good thing about this is that once I create it, I only need to sell it over and over again, and I don't have to think about it. But then it simply means more people need to be coming through into the whatever website that I would be having to sell, and make sure that I'm getting sales on a daily basis. And then the third thing would be to focus on growing my YouTube channel. Obviously, that would mean I will have to find a specific niche. Some people say don't niche down, try and do lots of stuff that you kind of love, and then try and see what resonates, which is what I'm currently trying to do. But to be honest, I haven't kind of connected the dots of what I really want. So that's why I keep on trying different things. So YouTube can grow. I can have a community from there. I can have AdSense, though it's not a lot of money that one can depend on. Through my YouTube channel, I can get brand deals, and I can also create something out of it. But that might also take me a while, and it's realistic, and I've made peace with that I need to work hard for this YouTube channel to grow so that I can monetize it, maybe create a product out of whatever niche or the space that I'll be on. And then I can also have brand deals that can pay me kind of money out of it. So it's also a business on its own, because there's a lot that's involved when it comes to growing a YouTube channel on its own. So that's the third one. And the fourth one would be to create a product. So this would mean that it will be a physical product that obviously I will have to sell online. I remember back in 2021, I did have an online store where I was selling kind of clothes for women and also shoes, but that was back in South Africa. It did well a little bit, but to be honest, the sales were not going as quick as I would have wanted. Probably I failed on my marketing, and also the product that I was also selling was not appealing enough to customers. So that's another option that I'm exploring. Find a product that I think I can sell and solve a painful problem in the space of either for moms in particular, because we tend to struggle with a lot, our self-esteem, confidence. That would mean probably clothes, because most of us, we have kids, we have babies, and then after that we struggle with fitting into our clothes, trying to exercise and all the stuff. I don't know what it looks like at the moment, but that's also an idea that I'm willing to explore. Find a product that I can sell online, but that would mean that I will have to ship that product either on a daily basis or maybe 2 times a week. But I need to find what it is. It simply means whatever it is, it has to be a product probably that can sell very well, and it will be making sales for me on a daily basis. So the idea is whatever product I have on this section is that it has to kind of focus on moms, but I just don't know what that would be. But that's the space that I might kind of look at when I'm looking at launching a product-based business. So those are the things that I think about when it comes to starting an online business. And also on the product-based business, one thing I should mention is, because I do sell kind of home baked goods, cakes, and also treats, that would mean that I have to go all in also on that in terms of baking my cakes, doing different types of treats. But it means I also need to still learn the trade of baking other things that I think I can launch and they can do well. So that's another area that I'm also willing to explore and say, instead of just baking cakes, because it's also kind of up and down. There are times where I'm very busy, and then there are times where there are no sales. Then it simply means also probably my marketing kind of strategy is not as good as I thought it is when it comes to me doing my baking business or home baking business. So there are quite a few things that I'm thinking about, but most of the stuff would also mean that I might have to do some sort of a class or a course if I want to also still pursue a home baking business. So that's also part of the product. Then I would have to launch my website and everything for ordering, but it's not really that important for me to be thinking at that stage, because I can still advertise through my phone, Facebook, or Instagram, just like what I'm currently doing. But probably that would mean that at the level that I'm advertising, it has to kind of increase or maybe pivot into something that I know can sell better instead of just making dessert type of cakes. So that's also another product idea I'm looking at, to say, should I go all in the current skill that I have in terms of baking? What else can I learn in that space that can allow me to launch other products within the baking business? So those are the things that I came up with, and I need to research on these 4 things and choose one. So whatever I choose, or whatever that I choose, it just simply means that I just have to stick with it for a period of 90 days and see if I will be able to produce results. Some people say that for you to find a business idea, executing it and getting sales and all shouldn't take you a long time. But I feel like, as a mom who works a full-time job, there are so many things that I can do in the day, but I'm willing to dedicate that 8 to 10 hours each and every week to see if this will actually work for me. So that's what I came up with, and that's what I'll be researching. So in terms of research, I'll probably give myself a period of 2 weeks to choose one and see what I will have to stick with for a period of 90 days and see what would work. So stick around for the next video, and I'll be letting you guys know what business idea I've chosen and what I'm gonna do to try and make money out of it. So that's all for today's video. I will see you all on the next one. Bye.